Explain for people that may not be familiar, why does Rabobank have a wine quarterly?
We are probably the biggest lender internationally to the wine industry. So for us, it's a good way for us to stay in touch with our clients and keep them posted on what's happening internationally. Because more and more, this is, the world is flat, and what's happening in different parts of the world affects everyone.
So Rabobank lends money to farmers, and particularly to farmers that make wine. Let's start off talking about champagne, those that make it in France. You can only do that in a special region. What's the business like?
It's been a challenging year in many ways for champagne. With domestic consumption, about over half of their production is used in the domestic market in France, obviously going through some difficult times economically. And the French in general are drinking a little bit less wine. So the champagne producers have had some challenges. Where they're making that up is by branching into new markets. Japan, Australia, the U.S., to some degree. China is becoming a big market for champagne. That's really where they're making up the loss in their domestic and the EU market.
When you talk to the various producers, do they see competition coming from Spain and Italy in the form of Cava and Prosecco?
Absolutely, and I think that's the big trend that you see here in the U.S. market, where champagne has really kind of lost some of its market share, where champagne used to be about 45% of the U.S. sparkling wine import market, and Prosecco was maybe 30%. Those two numbers have basically reversed, and Prosecco is now more like 45%, champagne 30%. And that's not because champagne has lost sales. That's because Prosecco sales have more.
So the market is growing.
The market has grown, and Prosecco has really become more of an everyday consumption product. It's helped break sparkling wine out of that niche of just end-of-the-year special occasions.
What about prices? Cost of champagne grapes versus Cava versus Prosecco, and then
well,
how much
when you
is
look
cost
at
in the bottle?
the average import price for Prosecco versus champagne and Cava and so forth, champagne is probably 4 times more expensive than Prosecco, which has really helped drive Prosecco sales here in the U.S. and break it out of that.